to stop Adar, failed to protect her. There is a foulness in all arrows, not easily forgotten by human flesh.
That's how she died? She died because the orc arrows, she was shot in season 1. And she was shot by several arrows, but then she got up like a champ. She even went with them to the city when Halbrand got hurt and injured, and he had like a hole in his belly or something. And then Galadriel was like, hey, let's ride 3 or 4 days across the continent to the Elven place and heal you up and stitch you up. And so Halbrand hops on a horse and then they ride across the continent even though he's bleeding to death. So that was dumb. But then she was fine though. I remember. And she was walking around and I think she even spoke to Halbrand. She looked okay. If those orcish arrows, he says has a foulness, what were they, poison? And then she just got worse and worse and then she died? And again, that was like a couple weeks ago, from what I understand. That seems like a lame way to go. I don't know. That seems kind of like a lame way to go. I wonder, because in season 1, they were really setting her up, I think. I guess they weren't expecting her to leave. Why didn't you just recast her? Why didn't you just... She seemed like a big deal. She was like leading all the homeless people. She was Blackulus here, his love interest. And then she left. Why didn't you just recast her instead of completely writing her out of the show like that? It seems like a really cheap solution. Well, she ended up dying from those arrows that we thought she recovered from. Okay.
It pleases me to see you, Isildur.
I don't like his armor. I've never liked his armor. I can't stand that kid either. I hate everyone in this show. I can't stand any of them. Oh, I'm such a negative Nancy. I suppose the kid has a right to be a dick because his mom just died. But he was like that in the whole first season, so... Look how big he's gotten. God, he's grown so big. He's even taller than Blackulus. What, are they dumping out water?
Do you ever know my father?
I am your father.
I did not.
That'd be funny if he said that.
Did I? He wasn't you. Anything you were to me is ashes now. So for my part, we don't ever need to speak again.
Damn. Why is he so mad at him? It's not his fault that Bronwyn died. You know what I'm hoping? I'm hoping they write Theo out of the show now. There's no point of him being in the show. The whole dynamic was him, but it was all about Bronwyn and then Blackulus here. And so he was just kind of an element there that he's never really been a good character. And then he had the sword hilt that was the evil sword hilt. And as long as you were evil enough, you could activate it. So I hope they write him out of the show. Maybe that'll be the end of Theo.
If it's so grand, why'd you leave?
Heard there were grander things in Middle-earth.
You were wrong. It's a dump.
You really want your horse back? Meet me here tonight. Moonrise. Bring a sword.
Bring a sword.
Don't burn yourself.
I'm not so strong as you think.
I'm a man. Maybe she should tell him that.
It's hard not to blame myself.
What for?
It's hard not to wet yourself.
Being alive.
Is that what she said?
For surviving.
10 when I lost my mother. Swam out further than I was supposed to.
Well, she's always right.
Got caught in a riptide.
Sorry, Isildur. I know you lost your mom, but you can't complain about it. She drowned. The sea. As your people say, the sea's always right. Oh, God. Ugh.
Found.
I keep wondering what it's like for her now. You seem to have found peace with it.
I just told you. Back home, nobody knows. Nobody knows it was my fault.
Is everyone gonna cry on this show? Can we also speed this up? I mean, goddamn, it's just getting so boring. I mean, we're just sitting around a campfire, chit-chatting and talking. Oh God, can we do something? Golly, man, what is happening? We don't need to see Theo crying. Is that why he's in the show? And now Isildur's gonna cry again? And oh God. Do something. Come on, let's go. Your dialogue. You see, here's the thing. The characters, this scene might matter and might tug on the heartstrings if we actually cared about any of these characters. If the show cannot stay in one spot long enough for us to get to know someone and their motivations and what they care about, and it certainly doesn't give us very likable characters. And so it's really hard to be invested when you have these long, drawn-out dialogue scenes because they're so bland and you just don't really care about the people on the screen. You know, it has nice, pretty shots of the countryside and the horse and stuff. And it's like, well, that's cool and a cool CGI troll. But when they actually get down to the meat of what makes a story, the backbone of it, the actual characters and their dialogue and the motivation, it's just so bland. And it's just like, oh, gosh. You know, can we move this along?
Try and do something singular.
He's gonna cry.
Something special.
Please do not tell us your story.
I think you just have to accept it as a gift. One she gave freely because you were precious to her.
Yeah, there you go. I agree. Let's move on now. let's wrap this up.
Isildur.
Oh, thank God. Finally, he broke it up. Let's go. Okay. Wow, what a shocking reveal. So, she has the mark on the neck. I was wondering if they were ever going to do anything with that. Of Adar. So she was captured by Adar. Wouldn't every single one of those people there have the same mark on their neck? I mean, are they revealing like that she's going to betray them or something? Adar literally gave the citizens a choice. Be brutally stabbed to death immediately if you don't answer within 2 seconds. Or get a mark on your back of fealty. And I would think every single one of those people there have one. They revealed that at the end, and then the deep, sinister music kicked in like, ooh, she's a bad guy. Well, no, she's not. I mean, they were all, like, forced to do that to survive. And then Halbrand showed up and said, let my people go. And I guess she was one. And Adar was like, all right. And so he let him go. So that explains how she got away. So that reveal there at the end wasn't, like, anything special. It was just like, oh, okay, that makes sense. I would be actually surprised if they all didn't have a mark like that, because they're all Southlanders. They were all captured by the orcs. I think. I don't know. Fascinating stuff, though.